I won't do any spoilers. Let's just listen to it.
Oh, you've already heard it already?
No, I don't know if I've heard it, but I just I won't give any spoilers about their vibe.
Okay, sweet.
Figure it out after.
Drew Cagle and the Reputation, Off the Wall, released by Reputation Records with a Z.
Nice.
Independent? All right. 3, 2, 1. Hallelujah! Wait. This is Alicia Spence, my bad.
Right. I was like, wow. We have such an interesting mix today.
I was like, what? Off the Wall, Drew Cagle and the Reputation. I need to click the right play button. There we go.
All right, here we go.
I'm gonna turn this up, dude. I need more volume a little bit.
Parallel fifths.
Damn, you can hear that?
In a valley, in the middle of the song,
Sounds like you.
we were walking.
I don't know what I sound like.
And then a sergeant, he gave us a call. Pull the trigger, or your life will soon be gone. I gotta fight to keep my name off the wall.
You want to turn it up a little bit?
Yes, dude.
I gotta fight to keep my name off the wall. I'm a Charlie in the crosshairs of my sights. Look down the barrel, right between his eyes. I heard my mama praying for me at night. Be careful, my child, I hope you'll be alright. Whoa, I gotta fight.
Dude, this is like classic rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta fight to keep my name off the wall.
Nice.
I hope the Lord, He heard my mama's call. Well, I gotta fight to keep my name off the wall.
I love the fills.
Agreed. Nice guitar tone there.
For sure. He's shredding.
Yeah.
And 10 years later, when I think of that fateful day, in the mirror, the child is stolen away, and the decision cries that I might pay, live or die in the jungle so far away. I gotta fight
Yeah, you can sing.
to keep my name off the wall. Yeah, I gotta fight to keep my name off the wall. I gotta fight to keep my name off the wall. Duty calls, keep your name off the wall.
Ooh, nice.
The guitar?
Yeah.
Wow!
Woo!
Drew Cagle and the Reputation. The rep is out. I'm gonna read out some chats real quick. We got 8 at odds 69. Howdy do. Yo, what's up? Alicia Spence. Ministry. Hello. I was browsing online when I came across the platform, so I decided I was gonna submit my music and see what you guys think. I'm from Jamaica. What's up, Alicia?
That's
That's
awesome.
crazy.
Just found us on Twitch.
Yeah. Or yeah, you said browsing online. I came across the platform. Where? Nice guitar tone on the solo. That was sick. And yes, Josh agrees with that. The guitar solo, I also think is
Who is?
shredded.
I wonder, is
At odds.
yeah, is that somebody?
Yeah,
who
what's up? At odds
submitted-
69.
Submitted music.
Yeah, what's up? How'd you find us? Yeah, I think the overall vibe of that was pretty sick.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay, so these guys like live and stuff
Yeah.
look like they're from Texas.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Okay. They got cowboy hats.
It's just they have the authentic like blues rock vibe. Super cool, and they're super very good live also.
Yeah, they're solid.
Yeah.
They're all in the pocket, which like so we get some bands here that submit to us, and sometimes like the recordings, I don't know if they like recorded separately or something, and you'll get like timing issues between
Yeah.
the instrumentation. But these guys were
They were
on it
tight.
for sure. So vibes, yeah, I thought it was like classic rock vibes. I don't know who to compare it to just because I haven't listened to classic rock in a long time. The first name came to mind was REM, but that might not be very accurate.
Probably more like
What do you think?
I don't really want to say Led Zeppelin because it's not that close, but
Mm.
like I don't know, like this is
Yeah.
maybe
I would-
not a comparison that they want me to make, but
I feel like it'd be on Guitar Hero. This is a song that's like on Guitar Hero 3.
yeah,
or
it could.
something.
Be, well, so it could be.
This is cool.
Fuck, dude, why I can't remember Slash
Yeah, Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
That's accurate. I think that's
something
accurate.
like that, sort of. Yeah, but
He just submitted found browsing Twitch.
no,
Nice.
so we're just getting organic,
Welcome, bro.
Organic
That's dope.
traffic here.
We do have a queue though, so it might take us a little bit.
Yes,
Just a heads up.
that's true. Do you
But,
want to go through the traffic lights?
Yeah, so the
rating
traffic
scale?
lights. Yeah, so vibe. I was just talking about it. Classic rock vibe, Guns N' Roses vibe, energetic. I thought it was super cool. I think these guys would kill live for sure. They give up that vibe.
They do. I think they might be
This is
playing
green.
at Exile on Main tomorrow.
There you go.
I think. I
Ads.
could be wrong.
Champagne.
think so.
Yeah, so for me it's a green on vibes. Content as well. I think it's super solid. I love the drum fills as a drummer. I listened to that a lot. That was awesome. The guitar solos shredded. Everything sounded solid. Vocals could sing. Excuse me. Sorry, I just drank some LaCroix and I'm feeling a little gassy as usual. Yeah, I think it's green. Content for me. Good to go. The production. This is where I have some comments. So me being a drummer, I love listening to the drums, but I do think some of the drum sounds were a little bit high in the high frequency side. Like something sounds, yeah, the hi-hats and the ride cymbal. Like there's like a ding, ding, ding. Like you want that noise for sure. But it seemed like it was much more, like the drum set in general just was much more high on the high frequency side than anything else in the mix. And I'd actually want a little bit more high frequency from the vocals to be kind of more in front of the mix in general. But yeah, I felt like there was a little mismatch there. So if I were to do like a final mix on this, I'd probably, as a producer on this track, I'd probably look for finding the frequency of that ride cymbal or the hi-hat, seeing which one is like the most abrasive, and then just ducking it a little bit with some subtractive EQ. But yeah, that's me. So I think it's a yellow there. But I see it's a release. I think it's pretty solid. So just, going forward for the next songs that you guys make. What do you think?
Yeah, it sounds to me like
Do you want to do 3 or you
Yeah.
just want to comment on the production?
Well, I was just going to add on to what you said about.
Go for it.
I think it sounds like those super high frequencies on the drums probably were boosted.
Mm.
Because normally, like you normally wouldn't have that much high end, probably just from the recording.
Really?
Sounds to me like probably boosting, or just everything else was cut. Maybe it is possible to low cutting your instruments that don't need low end is great, but that doesn't mean mid cutting necessarily. So it's also like if you go too high, then your balance is off and you've got too much high end relative to the rest of the instrument's character. So I don't know which one it is necessarily, but yeah, I would echo those comments. I wanted to hear like the vocals be a little bit more up front, and I think the hi-hats were a little bit distracting at times, just being
Yep.
too bright and too far front.
Yep.
I also want to hear, I don't know if it's Drew, but I want to hear the vocals sort of go more out of their comfort zone almost. Like at times it felt like they were being a little bit restrained, like trying to stay on pitch sort of. And I want to hear more like screaming and shit, like more like, you know,
And you could do it. I mean, we heard it.
and I know you can do it. But I think like vocal performance can be even better from what I've seen you guys do already, on the recordings or whatever.
Yeah.
So, one other thing, I don't know if this is the case, but I felt like there was a lot of sort of disparate, different processing on every separate instrument and not enough glue to sort of bring things together. What I mean by that is, it almost sounded to me like there were different like types of reverbs on different instruments. So, like the vocals had one reverb type with one space or whatever, and
the drums,
the other stuff had like a different reverb space.
And
it makes it sort of confuses your brain, because then it sounds like everything is in a different room, even though you guys sound like we're playing together. You just want to, a good idea would be to send at least a couple instruments to one master bus that has a reverb on it. You don't have to send a lot of it, but just a little bit, so there's something to glue the tracks together and make them feel like they're in the same space. Yeah,
that might have contributed to the big difference in frequency spectrum that we saw, or I guess spectral balance that we saw in the drums versus everything else.
That's the reason why, because like putting something in a bus and then putting it through a reverb or even a compressor will apply some attenuation or boost to frequencies universally. And so when you do that to everything, it sort of helps to even things out and make them more analogous to each other, sort of. So for sure. For the ratings, definitely vibes, green all the way. Love it. Want to hear more of this shit.
That was sick. As at Odd said,
the world needs more rock and more blues rock and all of that. Then for content, it's a well-written song. How long does it say it is on there?
4:15.
4:15. Okay. I felt like there was one chorus or something that maybe felt like a little bit long towards the end, and I know you guys did bring in some extra guitar solos and stuff, but
which we liked.
Which we loved. Holy shit.
It sounded really cool.
Your guitars are definitely a selling point. That stuff is really good.
Yeah.
But I would just say, in the future, just sort of making sure that the song structure is like engaging throughout the whole time, just so you don't lose a couple of listeners, throughout that time.
Yeah.
And, so content, I would give a green to. Also production, there's definitely a couple things that can be improved to just make it really lock with your listeners. So I would say it's a yellow for that one.
Cool.
And then overall, I would say there's a couple of things that could probably be worked on if you really want to bring this to that next level, where it's like it's going to show up on Spotify recommended or whatever for people who listen to rock and blues rock. There's things that can be done to bring it up to that level. So I'm going to say it's between a yellow and a green for me.
Yep. I agree completely. And I think that you guys have a lot of potential because, like I said, you guys sounded locked in. You sounded like great musicians all around. It's just some mixing stuff. And hopefully, it looks like you guys are doing it yourselves. It says your own Reputation Records or something. So it's impressive. And we are looking forward to hear you live and as well as your other releases or works in progress. So thank you very much for the submission.
And bravo. Send us more.
Yeah, that was fucking sick. I need to see you guys live. That's awesome. All right. So we're going to go to the next one here. Cancel.